Guys, now help me out. Comment down below and let me know approximately what year did the whole trend for women wearing men's timepieces started. Let me know so I can get in my time machine, go back there and snatch that timepiece off that person's wrist.
Is y'all right upstairs?
Guys, this is just one aspect of watch collecting and being a watch enthusiast that I hate. I do not like seeing a 40 millimeter plus size timepiece on a woman's wrist. I believe 36 and below is the ideal size for the average lady. Now, you women out there, you might think, oh, I get compliments on the timepiece, but ladies, it's just the timepiece that's getting complimented, not how it looked on your wrist. Me as a watch enthusiast, as a watch addict, if I see a vintage Rolex GMT Pepsi on a woman's wrist, I'm gonna stare at it, I'm gonna compliment, I'm gonna wanna get a closer look, but it's just the watch, not you or how it looks on your wrist.
Damn. Well, let's be nice. Yeah. Let's be nice. We don't have to go there. I mean, you're not wrong, but you didn't have to say it. I mean, good Lord.
You get it? So don't get flattered and gassed up that you get attention. You know, it's just a watch that's getting the attention, especially if it's a watch nerd that's talking to you. But anyways, guys, recently someone asked me, what's a nice watch for a lady? What's a nice watch for a woman? So in this video also, I'm gonna help you guys understand. I'm gonna give some brands and models, but I'm just gonna give an overall concept, an idea of what I would describe as the best watch for a woman. Guys, before I get into the video, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed yet, turn your notification on so you can know whenever I post these videos. And now let's get into it. Guys, before I fully get into the video, don't forget, comment down below and give me a ballpark year where this whole trend started. Wherever you noticed that, hey, women are wearing men's size timepieces, comment down below. And also, guys, share your opinion because I'm sharing mine and I want to see if you guys have the same point of view and idea that I have when it comes to this idea of women wearing men's size timepieces. It just doesn't make sense to me, and I want to see if you guys feel the same way. I just don't understand, especially for these new modern Rolex GMTs and Submariners with the maxi case, this whole chunk of steel and sometimes gold on a woman's fine, delicate 5 to 4 inch wrist. It just doesn't make sense to me. So comment down and share it so I'm not the only one standing out here, you know, with this whole crazy opinion. But yeah, I just want to give my point of view. I have to keep it clean. I do have more, you know, I want to say on this, but I can't say it on YouTube. But anyways, I think someone has to say it because most people won't walk up to their, you know, a woman or to their wives or girlfriends and be like, hey, that watch don't look good on your wrist. I get the whole idea that women look at timepieces as jewelry, but I'm over it. I'm over it, ladies. A wristwatch is a watch. It's a timepiece. If you're going to be a watch collector, you're going to be a watch enthusiast, get with the program. I would value and appreciate a mid-size timepiece on a woman's wrist. It's like watch etiquette. Yes, the trend and the popular timepieces aren't mid-size, but since you're a woman, I believe a 36, which is still a trendy size, would be amazing on your wrist. So if you want to stay with the program as far as what watch enthusiasts are collecting, especially for vintage, there are some beautiful smaller vintage timepieces. I'm going to get there. Stick to what looks amazing on your wrist. So let's start with a Rolex Datejust, a Rolex Date, a 36 millimeter Rolex Datejust, whether it's a vintage or a modern, looks amazing on a woman's wrist. You could go down to a 34 millimeter Rolex Date. You could go all the way down to a 31, which I believe is the ideal size, the perfect size for a woman. Now you guys see my Omega Constellation, which is a 34 millimeter size timepiece on my little over 7 inch wrist. This timepiece looks large on an average woman's wrist. So much less for a 40 millimeter size watch. Guys, it's borderline pathetic. It's ridiculous. And like I said in the intro, you know, women love attention And I guess they think that the attention that they receive by wearing these timepieces is, a complimentation of them. But no, it's just the watch that's getting the compliment, especially if it's a watch guy, and yeah. But ideally, guys, 31 mid-size Rolex timepiece is perfect. It's such a classic, elegant size on any lady's wrist. I would even go to Cartier. Cartier timepieces are perfect for women. In my last video, I mentioned that I saw 2 Cartier tanks at the airport while I was traveling, and they were beautiful. There's something about a Cartier tank or Santos or American, any Cartier, it just screams elegant, classy, feminine.
He ain't lying.
It just screams that to me anytime I see it on a lady's wrist. And I made a video, if you guys haven't seen it, where I said what your watch says about you. I forgot which episode, but you guys can go back and take a look. And I gave the stereotypical description of a person that wears a Cartier tank. And it's a positive one. All of them, all the things that I mentioned is positive. So it's things like that, ladies, that you need to consider. Stop trying to follow the boys, going after the steel pieces, the sports dive pieces, the Moonwatch, the Omega Speedmaster Professional. It's an amazing timepiece. Appreciate it from a distance. Appreciate it on someone's wrist. Appreciate it on your husband's wrist. It doesn't need to be on yours. And I think also what happens is a lot of men, they collect these timepieces, and women go through, his watch collection and throw it on their wrists, have it sized to their wrists, and they just eventually just keep the timepiece. A lot of, especially in like breakups and divorces, a lot of men just end up having the woman go off with the timepiece that they give them. A lot of men buy timepieces for women too. So men, you out there who are buying your wives watches and timepieces, please stick to 36 and below. Stop getting her the subs and the GMTs and the Daytonas. And another aspect of it too, since I mentioned Daytona, some Daytonas really do look nice on some ladies' wrists because of the overall dimension of the timepiece. So when I keep mentioning Submariners and GMTs, it's because these timepieces tend to be, especially the modern ones, tend to be chunky. The thickness of the timepiece, the lugs, it just seems more hefty, especially the bracelet too. It's more substantial than, let's say, a vintage GMT or a vintage sub. So that's another aspect to look at, like I mentioned. So a Rolex Daytona, it depends. I've seen some on some women's wrists, and they look okay. And it's a 40 millimeter size timepiece. But the overall concept and the overall idea, men and women out there watching this, is that to buy what fits your wrist. I've made 2 or 3 videos in the past speaking to the men, letting you guys know the right timepiece and make sure it's perfect for your wrist. Coming from me, a vintage enthusiast, I focus mostly on vintage. I love the smaller cases, but I do know that, hey, a 40 mil on the right size guy's wrist looks crazy, looks amazing. 42, nice, but your wrist size have to be, perfect. So I do give messages out to the men, but now this is for the women. You need to focus on the case size, the dimensions, the lug to lug, the thickness of the case to know whether or not it's appropriate and looks good on your wrist. So I mentioned Cartier, the Cartier Tank, Cartier Santos. These are timepieces, women, that's ideal, beautiful for you. The only thing you have to try and figure out is the metal type that you want. You could go steel, you could go two-tone, you could go all gold, yellow gold, pink gold, whatever, rose gold. All these metal types to your disposal, but just have the right size case, please. You could also go to Omega. It's the Omega Speedmaster is the one that's a little too big. They do have an Omega Speedmaster reduced that could be pulled off by a woman. I think it could work because honestly, guys, there are some women with the same size wrist as me, so it could work. There's also the Omega Seamaster. That's a 36. Perfect size for a woman to wear. I'm mentioning different sizes, guys, but to be straight honest with you, I believe the perfect size is 31 for a woman. 31, 33. I keep mentioning 36 because 36 is just a size where it's still there as far as like the watch enthusiasts who love timepieces. We as men, we appreciate a 36 millimeter size case. But ideally, again, guys, women, 31 is perfect for your wrist. I don't care about your age neither, because it's another thing that comes in. It's an age factor where a lot of younger women, younger girls might think the small cases are for like old ladies. Stop it. 31, 30, 29. Small cases, it's perfect for if you're in your 20s, 30s. It's not just for 60, 70-year-old women. You know, if you want to look classy, you want to look elegant, get a 31 and thank me later. I'm telling you, it's a timepiece where it's dressy and it's also sporty. You're a woman, you know. You don't need to go all the way up to 40 plus. Guys, support me on this. Comment down below. I don't need your support, but I'm telling you, comment down below and share this with other people, because I think women out there need to realize, like, hey, what are y'all doing? You know, yeah, you could afford a luxury high-end piece, and it's just not Rolex. It could be the AP Royal Oak. Don't go too big, ladies. There are smaller AP Royal Oaks that you could wear. There are smaller Patek Nautilus that you could wear. Stop going to the oversized pieces. They're mid-size and smaller cases that's made for you. So guys, comment down below and share your opinion. Let me know if you guys are on the same page as me. Also, again, if you haven't, comment down if you know a ballpark of when this whole trend on women wearing men's watches started. Guys, thanks for watching. Give the video a thumbs up, share it, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, turn your notification on if you haven't done so, and stay tuned for some more videos.